Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight was earlier, and Starlight is out here now. And so it is so important to get out, find a hiking trail, find some water, maybe a stream or an ocean, just to get out and get some air and some sun, and find a place maybe you can get around some animals because they are very healing. And also, besides that, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you can give my videos a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget, you can leave me a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Swing by and say hi to Starlight. Plus, you can check out my playlist. And, whoops, my dinger bell. Yeah, you can push the notification bell. That way you do not miss any videos. And you could share my videos with your family or friends. I have to say a coyote and a crow, because those are the two animals I definitely seen today. And besides sharing my videos with a crow and a coyote, you can also follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So today, sometimes we need a breather. And today I wanted to talk to you because, whoops, hang on, Starlight's going from one thing to another today. So I do know somebody out there on my YouTube channel that has been going through this for a while. So I'm really working on helping her out as she's going through stuff in her life, and this could help anybody out, on YouTube. And this video is, I really have not made this video before, this topic, even though in some of my videos I might have put little pieces of this topic in other videos. But this video is about, do you got people that are leaving you, like your friends or family, or maybe it's the other way around, you are leaving them. So it could be either or, like I said. Maybe you got family members that might have been there before, and now they're fading out of your life, just like you, or you might have friends that were there once upon a time, and now they don't call you anymore, they don't check up on you anymore. And a lot of you can be definitely going through this, but like I said, there's somebody out there that I met in person, and I did get to know her for a little bit. So anyway, why people could be leaving you, there's a lot of reasons. So Starlight's just going to name some right now off the top of her head. Is one of the biggest reasons could be, who are you as a person? Do you know who you are? And sometimes we have people leaving us because we might be doing something where they might not like what we're doing. And I'm going to explain. They might not like what we're doing or what comes out of our mouth. And in order to make any friends with anybody out there, you first got to be your first best friend with yourself first. That's number one. Be your best friend. And things that you don't want to do, but a lot of people in society does this, and I would love to make a video on this topic, is and I don't think I did, is you can't buy friendship. And there's a song, and I don't know who sings it, but Can't Buy Me Love, and that's an oldie. I don't know what band made that. So, because Starlight's not really good with names of bands and stuff like that, but Can't Buy Me Love, Love, Love. I'm thinking of the Beatles or the Monkees. I don't know if I got that right, but yeah, you can't buy me love. So, are you trying to buy your friends? Some of you are like, what do you mean, Starlight, buy my friends? What I mean is, guys and women do this. It's not just women, it's not just men, but both can do this either in, trying to build a relationship with somebody as a friend, just friends, strict friends, or, you might be interested in somebody and you want a romantic relationship with that person. Like some people, they just jump from, hey, I don't know you, let's hook up and let's start dating right now. Really, right now? I don't know you. So that's the way society is. It's like, hey, I'm attracted to you. Are you attracted to me? Okay, you're attracted to me and I'm attracted to you. Let's move in. I'm being funny, but no, I'm not even being funny. So really, like I said in the begin with, is number one, you got to have a relationship with yourself. Find out who you are. Then you're going to do better as far as finding a person to be a friend with. And friends are, on Facebook, you wouldn't believe how many friends on Facebook I have. One. And, and when I say friends, like it could be friends or family on my Facebook, but really one true friend that has been there from the time that I met him and even now, and it's gonna, he's gonna be there even in the future. So how many fingers do I have? Make sure you count them, because Starlight has all 10. But on my Facebook, it might say I have like 3,000 friends. Not really. That's how Facebook, And so you really don't want to fall in that category like, hey, look at all the friends I have, because once you accept people, then it's like you're considered, I don't know you, I don't even know where you live, I don't even know your middle name, I don't even know your last name, and you don't even know if they're real. Are these people on Facebook even real? Because Starlight wasted hours before, a long time ago when I lived in my apartment. I was like, I started off, in the morning with my nice hot cup of coffee, say at 9 o'clock when I didn't have to go to work, maybe a day off, when I didn't have my cleaning business. I'm like, yeah, I got my cup of coffee. And I was inspiring people, though. I was putting positive information out there, positive, inspiration to help people out, or put some goofy thing to make somebody laugh, but not to really distract them. But, and I found out I was talking to a robot, and that robot was on that freaking Facebook all the time. I was like, wait a minute, I know he's from another country, but how is it possible? In the morning he's on there putting pictures, and that's all he did was put pictures, and sometimes just putting pictures on, just like a robot, and there was no like rhythm to the pictures, because here I sat there for hours liking different if I liked the picture, I would like it. Then there would be some strange looking picture, I'm like, it was like, there's radio stations that do this. They have every kind of music, so some of them make you feel really good and high and happy, and then it goes down, some kind of low, and then back to happy. Well, that's how this man was with all these pictures. I was feeling, my emotions were feeling different. My mind, it was like different kind of information. It could be a cat, that somebody put clothes on it. After that, it could be Darth Vader, and then after that, let's see, a bloody knife. I'm just throwing these out, the things that I could think of. And then after that, it could be a beautiful lady wearing a beautiful dress out in nature. So, though that person was not my friend, I wasted time on that Facebook, with people that were not my friends. They called me my friend. There's a lot of people I met before, spent time with before, but they weren't my friends, and I saw the things that they were putting on Facebook, and I was like, I'm not supposed to like that, right? Because it was putting all their problems, out there, and it just was a negative, low vibration, it was always something negative, and it just was draining my energy just to look at it. But as far as being a friend, you got to be real with yourself before you can be real with anybody else, is that, are you honest to yourself? Because some people have a hard time being honest with themselves. because they have an ego, and then they're wearing a mask, so they can't tell. They really think that they're who they are when they look in the mirror. They're like, yeah, this is who I am, but it's not. It's a mask. They're it's a fake smile. Everything, because underneath, when they're alone and when nobody's around, they're depressed, they're sad, they're angry or upset. They're not happy with who they are. They're looking at themselves. They don't like what they see. And then they go out, and this person can make other people feel really good because they got a loud voice and their laugh is loud, where when they're happy, when they're around people, the person can make people feel good because they got a really loud, happy sounding laugh when they laugh. And so some people might want you around because you make them feel good. There's a person out there that I know that they try to make people feel good. But they got to be real with themselves. They got to really find out who they are and be honest with yourself, and sometimes people will go around and ask everybody else, hey, what should I do? Because they do need help. They need help, because they got a disability or something, but you got to be careful because people can trip people up like that. People take advantage of people that might not have an education. They might have been born with a learning disability or something like that. And a lot of people will take advantage of somebody because they see that you're given. You're going out and you're like, hey, you make me feel good, and I'm going to go out. And this person is so beautiful. They bought me a beautiful notebook, and I gave her some stuff, and she was so sweet, and she gave me a beautiful star notebook, which I have and I'm using every day. It's my grateful notebook. So, and it's kind of funny. It was a beautiful girl that I met in Colorado, and she made my day. By buying me a notebook, I didn't expect it, and it had stars all over it, and that meant everything. It's the little things, Some people would be like, a notebook, Starlee? I got really happy over a notebook, because that lady, when she did that, she did it with her heart. But you don't need to go out and always go out and buy a gift for somebody to like you, and this goes with friendships, where people like, hey, you know what, I like you, I see different things about you, and they might not think, they might not love themselves enough to think that just their presence is good enough, where they end up going out and buying presents for real, and thinking that they got to buy somebody's friendship, and that's absolutely not right. That's not true friendship, because you can't buy friendship. They will take all the things that you're giving them, and they could talk behind your back, and then, just keep on using you to get more stuff. And you got to be careful, because some people are so sly and so crafty that they will have a mask on, and they will be fake to you, and they will pretend that they love you and care for you, but where are they when you're having a bad, shitty day? Are they there with you? If you're having a bad, shitty day, and you go up to them, do they have time to be there for you and listen to you, or give you some good sound advice, not to control you, but say, hey, because a real true friend is gonna stop what they're doing, like if they're on the phone with their buddy texting, or you should be really important to them if you're struggling and going through a hard time. So, because this person I helped out one day, because she was in a low frequency and a low vibration, and she expressed herself like, I'm having a really bad day. And you know what? I had lots of things to do, but I stopped everything and spent time with this lady, that I'm talking to out in Colorado. And you know what? Bam, later on she forgot that she even, that she was having a hard morning. So that is a true friend, is when they stop what they're doing and they are there. They're not there just to receive gifts from you, is that they're there when you're having a bad time, when you're having, we all get bad days. So you got to be careful. Whoops, Starlight's got a a cramp. So you got to really be careful as far as like friendship goes, is that, you know, if you got people that you've been buying gifts for and you're like, hey, I got to go out and buy them a gift, I'm afraid I'm going to lose them as a friend, they might not be a friend at all. Because if they're just like, people are so tricky, like I said, they can kind of, like a cat or a dog, kind of pet your fur the right way, you know, and just get more out of you and say, oh yeah, you're this and that. You know, they could lie and deceive you and not, you know, they might, you know, because they're wearing a mask, they might not like you. There might be things in their head that they don't like about you, but because you're buying them things, they're just going to keep taking, you know, from you all the time. Like, hey, yeah, I'm just going to, you know, I've had this happen to me many times. You know, family, friends, you know, where they were being fake with me. They were not being real, you know, and sometimes people will give you a gift, a small little gift, and it could touch your heart because you didn't expect it coming. Just like at Christmas time where somebody might give you like a card, you know, with no money in it, you know, but the words are beautiful. And I'm just using a card as, I love cards. You want to give Starlight cards? Starlight loves cards. I love giving them and I love receiving them. But I'm just saying that some people will give something like a card or something very small, maybe something at a Dollar Tree or something they didn't even care about, and they will give you something, and then you think, oh wow, they really care about me. You know, I've been buying them this and taking them out to dinner and, you know, giving them this and that, you know, and now, you know, now you believe in that they're your friend, when it could just be a trick just to get more from you. You know, you might be giving them money for cigarettes, you might be giving them money for this and that. So you really got to be careful as far as friendship goes. And it goes same as relationships. You know, if you're interested in a guy or a girl, you know what? I told my son before he got married with the wife that he still has today, not, you know, my son has been married for like 10 or 12 years right now with this. It is his only girl that he ever kissed. He was a virgin. Yeah, I'm not sure with her, but they did everything right, you know, as far as, you know, they courted and then they got married. They have a son. I have a grandson. But my son has been with the same female his whole life. That is a very rare thing, you know, and I never hear my son complain. So with that is that, you know, I told my son, I said, when he was courting, getting to know her, and he would communicate, he really was. He was opening up and telling me about her, different information and questions that she had, and he was coming home to his mom to get advice and see what mom had to say. And I told him some things. I'm like, these, you know, I'm not to control my son or my kids, but I said, you know what? Don't go out and spoil her rotten. You know, and that's what happens to a lot of couples before they even, you know, end up in a relationship, is that they go out and they feel like they gotta go to the store. I gotta go to the store and buy you something. What, a yoga mat? I gotta go out and buy you something, you know, to prove that I love you. You don't have to buy something in order to prove that you love anybody. You know, so it is great when people do that, but I told my son, you don't want to do that, because you know what? If you first thing go out and buy her an expensive jewelry, you don't want her just wanting you for that. So, you know, you got to be careful when it comes to that in the relationships, is that's not, you don't want her to get used to thinking, ooh, you know what, I can keep on getting from him, you know, because, you know, he keeps on buying me stuff, and, you know, I'm like, yeah, I love it, I'm happy. And now he's buying you something else, and that might be the only reason why she got involved with you in the first place. So I told my son, don't go out and get her anything for a long time, you know, get to know her. And, you know, he's been with her all this time. So, and it shouldn't only be on holidays and birthdays anyway, but other reasons why people could be leaving you if you have friends, or they say you're a friend. It takes a long time to have a friend. You know, just because you meet somebody and just because they help you out, it don't make them your friend. Oh yeah, they helped me out. They carried my bag, and you know, That's great that they did that, but that doesn't make them your friend. You know, even if you did something for them and you helped them out, you bought them something, it doesn't mean that you're friends. You got to find out who they are. What do they like? What kind of music? What, you know, what kind of job do they have? What do they believe? Get in their head. What do you believe? You know, do you believe in a God? You know, how's your family? Do you like sports? Do you like to go out in nature? What kind of music do you like? What kind of food do you like to eat? Ask, you know, and find out. You might find out some things about them that you don't. I'm like, you know what? You're negative all the time. You know, I want to have that bubbly, happy feeling, and when I'm around you, you're dragging me down. You're draining my energy. You're always talking about bad stuff. I talk to you about good stuff, and you're talking about horrible stuff, depressing stuff. You know, I love music that makes me happy and free. When I get around you, you're listening to music that is, you know, making me fall asleep and, you know, getting me depressed. Now I'm drained. You know, those are energy vampires. So you got to protect, you got to find out. Are they a person that uplifts you and makes you feel good about yourself and being real? Or, whoops, sorry guys, Starlight's got to sneeze. Starlight doesn't mess around. Sorry about that. I think that's the first time I've ever sneezed on my video. I feel another one coming. So that right there is that you gotta, if you're around people that they're dragging you down and they're not making you feel good, they make you feel like a piece of shit when you're around them, those are the kind of people you gotta let go of. You know, when you feel worse, after you could feel great and you get with them and then you feel worse, those are the ones you gotta let go of. Other reasons why people might be leaving you is that you're growing and they're not. So they might not like, you might not resonate with them anymore, you know, like you're not in the same vibration. You could be growing, you could be like, hey, you know, I don't want to smoke marijuana anymore, but they're still there. You might be like, hey, you know what, I used to drink alcohol, like Starlight, I don't want to be around anybody drinking alcohol, cigarettes, or marijuana. And it is tough. I have done so good. I'm probably like about a year now of not smoking marijuana. I am close to getting a year of not even smoking pot. So, but you know, here I get out of my car and I'm like, whoo, that stuff smells good. But you know what? I said no. Even if somebody handed it to me and gave it to me free, I'm good. I'm done. I don't need that anymore. So if you have grown to another, you know, like level in your life, and there's still, you really don't want to be around people that are going to drag you down and bring you back into the things you let go of. You know, you might be around somebody that's always eating junk food all the time, and you're like, I used to eat that food, but now, you know. So with me, for a guy that gets involved with me, he's got to eat similar to, not that he's got to like everything I like, but he's got to be eating healthy, because I'm not going to be around a person that's eating my animal friends and eating things that are going to pull me back. You know, he's eating cheese all the time, you know, pizza, and I'm like drooling over it, and I'm like, Starlight, you gave that up, didn't you? Yeah, I gave it up. How come you're looking at his cheese on his pizza? You know, I just had a guy last week that was talking about food, and he was getting me hungry, but you know, we don't have the same diet. You know, he's a chef, and he was talking about all this food, and I'm thinking, I don't even eat that food. I didn't, you know, he knew I don't eat that anymore, but he just kept on talking about all this food that I used to eat. So those are other reasons why people could be leaving you, is because you're not resonating. You know, you're growing, and they're not growing. They don't want to grow. They don't want to change. They like where they are. And that's okay. That's where they are. So we're not here to judge them on what they're doing. That's what their choices are. They want to eat animals. They want to eat cheese. They want to eat fat food. They want to eat sugar and all this stuff. Let them be. But that might not be somebody that you actually want to hang out with, if it's going to pull you down, especially when, like I said, about drugs and alcohol, and like I even, you know, with healthy food. You know, they might not even exercise. You want to go out and exercise. Guess what they want to do? They want to lay around and freaking watch video games all day long, or watch football, and, you know, and you're like, boy, when you're there, you don't even want to be around. It's like, you're wasting my time. Like I could be out exercising, but here you're playing video games. You're not doing exercise. You're just sitting there on the couch watching movies. And what kind of movies are you watching? What kind of music do they listen to? It is so important. So you might be, like I said, the words. What kind of words on the songs do they have, that they're listening to? Is it, things that are going to get you to want to go to a bar? Is it the kind of music that's going to make you want to go out to get, alcohol and pick up women or guys? So you got to discern on your own, is that the kind of music that I want to listen to? Is it helping you out, or is it bringing you back and you're thinking about doing things that you already let go of? Because music is very powerful, believe me. And yet, every morning I go to a gas station and I go to the gas station. Yeah, Starlight has coffee, and there's wine bottles all lined right up, and I'm thinking, man, those wine bottles look really good. And I'm like, you know what? I can't do wine. Just like smelling marijuana. Man, that smells good. But you know what? I'm done with it. And seeing wine, I'm thinking, oh yeah, that would be great to have a glass of wine and a wine glass. Starlight can go to the Dollar Tree, get a cheap wine glass for $1.25, go out and get some wine. I'm like, no, I can't have that either. You know why? Because then I'm going to want marijuana again. It will bring me back, and then it's going to bring the music that I used to. It's going to pull me back right where I came from. So I'm not going back. I'm going forward. And these are reasons that you might have to let people go, or they might leave you. Other reasons is that they see that you're growing, and they see what you're doing. They see the changes. They're jealous of you. They don't want to. They don't like what you're doing, because you know what? Because of what you're doing in your life, that you're making changes, that you're being positive. You gave up all those things that you once did. You're making them look bad. They don't feel good about themselves anymore because they look at their life and they still are doing those things. They haven't grown. They don't want to. They think that, there's some people, they want you to do all the work for them. That means that they're going to pull you down with them, So you got to be really wise of the kind of people that you have in your life. And like I said, they could be jealous of you. You might have a beautiful smile, a beautiful laugh, a beautiful heart, and they could see that. And it might not be what they are and who they are. They might be jealous of you because they see how beautiful you are. They might see how giving you are. And that those are things that they don't have. That's something that they want, but they don't want to be around you because you don't resonate to the same frequency. They're jealous of you because they see how much you've grown and how much you've changed. And, anytime this recently happened to me not too long ago. I told somebody, I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Because God wants me to tell people what I'm doing. That's how I'm going to have, things to change, is to, because I'm in the midst of it right now, is I have 2 clients out in this area for life coaching. And, I told a family member that, and I was like, I'm waiting for, it's funny because I already knew that they weren't going to like what I was even talking about. But I tested it and I threw it out there, and I'm like, yeah, I already got a couple guys for, life coaching. It was the longest pause, When you get a long pause after you're so happy and excited about what God is doing in your life, and they don't even give you an answer right away, because really, if they were excited and happy for what you're doing and how you're changing your life, how you gave up marijuana, how you gave up this, how you gave up that, all these things that are pulling you down. And when you say, hey, you're like, hey, celebrate with me. I'm changing my life. I'm living a better life. And it's like, like the phone when they put you on hold, it's like, where did they go? How many seconds was that pause? And what did they say? And what was their tone like? That tone was like, I don't like what you're doing. I'm jealous of you. Because I look at my own life and I realize, oh, I made a big mess. So some people, they just want to blame all their shit on other people, but really, it's their fault. It's not my fault. It's not their fault. It's not your fault. It's their fault. They're the ones that have to make decisions every day. They're the driver. They should be the driver of their own car. You know, you don't want somebody else being the one in control of your life. You got to be the one. You know, there's people that might help me out and guide me and all that. I am still the one that should be behind the steering wheel. I shouldn't be like, you know, like driving a car and just, here, you want to drive? Because then they're going to be the one in control of my life. They're the, you know, you got to be the one to drive your car. You know, you're the one that's got to be responsible of heading in the direction where you want to go. Because if you give that steering wheel to somebody else, this Starlight does not like this. Like, it's like hitchhiking on the side of the road, and then, you know, somebody comes by and a man picks you up in the car, and you're in the passenger seat, of course, because he's the one that owns the car, and he picks you up. Starlight has hitchhiked a lot in her younger years, and here you are in the passenger seat. Guess what? That guy you don't know shit about, you don't know where he's taking you. Same thing in your day-to-day life. If you let other people control your life, you don't know where they're taking you. It might not be a place that you want to go, just like hitchhiking. Where is he taking me? You know? I might have to jump out. Starlight's almost done that before. But these are reasons that you people are either leaving you or you got to let them go. Anyway, I love you. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't be afraid, don't be shy. You can swing by and say hi to Starlight by leaving her a message down below. And I really hope this really helped a person out there that I'm really reaching out to, because I know I see the stuff that's going on, and I don't even have to be there. I was there long enough to see what was going on. So I love you so much. And also, you can push the notification bell. That way you don't miss any videos. Plus, you can also check out my playlist and follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you all. Be picky about the kind of, first be your own friend and be picky. Don't trust every freaking word that somebody tells you. Actions speak louder than words. So please, if you're out there watching this video, and I hope you are, is if they say something, put them to the test. See if they are actually a real true friend or not, or are they just making up shit. So anyway, I love you. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.